Welcome into Who's Next on the X, live from the campus of Northwest Missouri State University. My name is Tyler Dave, and I am here with my new guest for this week, Josh Gregory. He is the KZLX Operations Director. Josh, welcome into the show.
Appreciate you having me on the show. I was very interested about it last semester and glad to be on it this semester.
We're glad to have it up and running. So, Josh, I want to dive right into things. Tell me, who is Josh Gregory?
It's a great question. I don't even think my parents could tell you that. Whenever you, I guess I'm a senior here at Northwest Missouri State, studying marketing with a minor in sports management.
So, Josh, I noted at the beginning there that you are the operations director for KZLX. How did you achieve that position?
It's a funny story. It all started back, that would be sophomore year, first semester. It was media writing with Jason Offit. And someone came in, I couldn't tell you who it was. Someone came in and said, hey, we have a radio practicum. I was like, well, I know I need to get this done for like credits because at that time I was still a mass media major. I was like, I'll go try it out and I'll shadow. Did that for first semester and then I was like, okay, I really enjoy this. Second semester comes around, I'm in regular practicum, and then this was one of the funniest stories. One day in radio, I broke a mic, and I got a text from Jacob Kaufman and Alex Kurt at the same time. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get in trouble. Like, they figured it out. And it says, we want you to be on scholarship staff. I'm like, I've only been on in the class for one semester, like technically. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, when's deadline? And they're like, in 6 hours. And I'm like, oh, okay, so better hurry up on this. Yeah. Did that, got the scholarship, was program director all of last year. And at the beginning of this semester, me and Tyrell, at the beginning, literally the first day of school, had a discussion and decided to switch roles this year because we both thought it fit our roles better.
I know that we were talking a little bit before the show about you doing broadcast classes in high school. Tell me a little bit about that.
And we were able to take broadcasting classes starting 8th grade year, and we would produce a student broadcast in middle school every Friday. But between Monday and Thursday, to start every class, we would watch Casey Neistat.
Really?
Yeah, this is at like peak Casey Neistat. So like I looked forward to it. And I was like, this is like, that's cool. Like I want to know how he's like making these kind of transitions, how he's making these cuts, how is he doing this kind of stuff. Yeah, senior year, I decided to do a season-long documentary for our basketball team that I knew was going to be really good. Me and two other guys that go down to Missouri right now did a season-long documentary, literally followed them from October to March. And that was probably one of the most eye-opening experiences I've had as this, like that was something where I was like, okay, this is something I want to do for the rest of my life because it was so fun getting to like be on that team. Technically, like you were treated as one of the players, you got pre-game, post-game meals, and it's like, wow, like people were really opening up to me, to the camera. It made it really fun to like just be along that team, and when you go back and edit those episodes, that made it really fun. So yeah, I did that all of my senior year, and then COVID hit obviously my senior year, so I wasn't able to really finish the documentary. So like that's my only like biggest like letdown, I guess you can say, in broadcasting in high school.
Yeah. What then, Josh, are some of your future plans that you kind of look to do as far as your career path?
My obvious number one goal is I want to travel Europe and work for a professional soccer team. Traveling Europe is a bucket list goal of mine, and working, if I could do it while working, which working over there doing soccer could really help me accomplish that goal, and it's doing something I love. That would be obviously like my dream job, so do that. And then if I could somehow work my way up to becoming a president of marketing for a professional sports team, that would be ideal.
That's fantastic, Josh. I never knew that you had such big ambition like that. So can you tell our viewers out there and listeners a little bit about like the intensity that comes with European soccer, or football as I like to say?
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing like we have in the MLS here in America. I know we just got Messi, which made it a lot better for us. But, yeah, I mean, these teams are traveling. If, let's say, they're in the Champions League, which is like March Madness for soccer in Europe. They're literally traveling to different countries. They're being able to travel up their own country. Like, if I could just tour England working for an English soccer club, I'm still happy. Like, that's something I would love to do. But no, I mean, they take it very, very serious over there when it comes to, like, the fandom, the chants. It means a lot there. Our football, NFL is their soccer.
Yeah. Would you say that you are an enthusiastic marketing student at Northwest Missouri State University with experience in sports marketing, field, highly motivated, seeking to contribute your skills to a sports marketing company.
That is insane that you found my resume. I didn't think you would find my resume. I don't even know how it got out there.
And you would also say then that you worked with the Kansas City Monarchs baseball team.
I did.
As a social media and fan engagement intern, like on an internship.
Yeah, I did that this summer.
Yeah.
It was a very unique experience. I was able to have a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and work on, it's called indie ball. It's the division below minor league baseball. Got to meet a lot of interesting people like Brandon Finnegan, who was on the Kansas City Royals roster when they made the World Series. That was very interesting, and them being so low in the division of baseball, I was able to get really close to the team. So I made a lot of very, very unique relationships with the players as I would be in the dugout, and literally we would be like just talking about the most random stuff you could think of.
Really?
And it's like, so this is what's going on when you guys are playing. This is what's getting talked about. And it was a very interesting opportunity, to say the least. I was able to film a Chiefs charity softball game that was at our stadium. So that was probably like the highlight of my summer. I was able to shoot content of Patrick Mahomes, Sky Moore, anybody that's on the Chiefs, you name it, other than Travis Kelce. He decided not to show up.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I do also want to talk, since you're on this show, you do another show that you host on KZLX. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, Day-to-Day Picks. You're part of it with Keaton Smith.
What? All the time, bro? You serious?
I've been doing Day-to-Day Picks for a year and a half now. Second semester, sophomore year, I want to say, is when I started.
I always know that you're pulling up statistics. You want to make sure that you're giving the accurate information. You want to give out those numbers so that you can back up what you're saying. But
For sure.
You're so well versed in talking about sports that sometimes I just forget that you're looking at statistics and you just start kind of rambling and saying everything. It sounds factual, but I know for a fact that you're just kind of flying by the seat of your pants.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like how I roll. It's whenever I think about sports, I'm like, I know what I've seen. I can tell you roughly where this person is at. And the statistics wise, like I know I have to look up contracts and stuff like that. But like when it comes to stats, I just kind of go off the top of my head and just kind of assume this is where they're at.
For anyone out there that might be listening or watching this podcast, what's something that you want them to know as potentially becoming a broadcaster, or maybe just getting involved with sports, in media, in marketing that you're involved with? What would you say to them to really try to help maybe bring down some of those walls that might be keeping them from taking that leap and jumping into media?
I mean, there's two things I kind of look at, and that's, don't worry if you mess up, and don't take no for an answer, or don't be hurt by a no. You're going to be told no probably 85% of the time. But when you get told yes that 15% of the time, that's what you're going to remember. But no, nobody is perfect, and you're going to be told no a lot, and you just can't be defeated by it.
Yeah, and really, that's almost like, I think for me, being a former athlete, and just like you, we can both agree on, like, you can aim for perfection. It will never be achieved.
For sure. And it's going to be okay. Everyone messes up. Everyone makes mistakes. No one's perfect, as I think Hannah Montana actually said one time. No one's perfect.
So, Josh, again, I want to thank you so much. We are wrapping up now. Thank you for being on Who's Next on the X. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you and to talk to you seriously. Like,
it's been a pleasure being on here. You were a great host, to say the least.
I appreciate it, Josh.
For sure.
We'll be back again next week with Who's Next on the X here on KZLX LP Maryville and wherever you get your podcasts. Bye-bye.